Hey, first of all, sorry everyone, I was getting some echo. First of all, a warm welcome to everyone for the second episode of our product management series. Right, we'll be starting in another 3 minutes. Please be patient so that we can start off. And welcome everyone to 2025. And wish you all a very happy New Year.
Thank you, and same to you. Happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah, Seema, I think we can start off, please. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Sharad. Thank you. Thank you, SS Agile Gurus, for making this happen. Let me start sharing my screen. Just let me know when you can see. All right. Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, team, for making it happen today. And it's Saturday, first of all, and it's a family time, and all of you are here. It's my pleasure to ensure that I deliver something that you can take back home. And thank you, Sharad, for arranging this. With this, I'll just get started with the product talk series 2. Little bit about me before I start. Is something you have? I can see somebody raising hand. Let's make it more interactive. I wouldn't stop you from asking any question. So I have about 15 to 20, 13 to 15 slides, which I have made it quickly today, just to share my knowledge that whatever I have accumulated over 20 years. So a little bit about me, who already knows, no more introduction, but for those who doesn't know me, I come from about 20 plus years of industry experience and presently working in Biocon. A very interesting part of me, which I always like, is I am a very positive minded person and like to a very yoga enthusiastic and a corporate trainer and a special gift that is a mother of 2 boys who keeps me always active and ensures that I make my life interesting. So it's a small introduction about me before I start about the product series today. So what expected out of today is just quickly a snapshot. How many are there from pharma today? If somebody can raise their hand or just put their name in chat box, that would help me. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Just get a glimpse of the today's. How many are there from pharma and how many are there who are product manager already in the role? And here you are to look out from session. What are you going to look out from my session? Can someone write? Please drop some messages over there so that I can get some idea. Please start writing. That would help a lot. Already a PM, Sudha. Good. So when you say PM, you are project manager or product manager. Sudha, if I can ask. Kiran, IT, product manager, Sudha. Okay, awesome. Awesome to know that. Lovely, no problem. Keep writing. It will help me a lot to have a glimpse that you already have an idea of what we are talking about. Right? Okay. So moving to in with that glimpse, okay. So what is product manager in pharma? A product manager in pharma is a person who is responsible for overseeing a complete development, marketing, and life cycle of a pharmaceutical product, be it a top line revenue or a bottom line revenue, that of a pharma, which we call it as an increase in company's gross sales or revenue or EBITDA. It differs from pharma to pharma, or it also depends upon the way the company organizes the product manager role. But however, in general, product manager in pharma is responsible for overseeing a complete development, marketing, and life cycle of a pharmaceutical product. When we say that, the life cycle of the product contain product planning, product marketing, product strategy, and creative insights. What is product planning? When we say product planning, it starts from laying down the Gantt chart, laying down smallest task of the product for how it has been manufactured, from there to that of the end of product, which to reach the market, define certain strategies in place, task by task, and create insights regarding that. What is product manager in pharma? Again, going back to the same question. Product manager in pharma is responsible to develop, launch, and overall life cycle of the pharmaceutical product. When you say that, he or she has to closely work with the research and development team to ensure that the product is developed as per according to the company strategies. It has to meet the company's strategic plan. It has to meet the need of the market. Additionally, a product manager also has to go hand in hand in work with sales and marketing team to develop a go-to-market strategy that can ensure a product success in general. It can be a pre-launch idea, or it can be a launching the product into the market, going in-depth analysis of a market research, and after launch, monitoring the launch year by year, and also the complete product life cycle. Hope till here I make sense. Any questions? Anybody want to stop me? Can anytime stop and ask me a question.
How do we know the company's strategic plan?
Yes, very good question. That's where the product manager has to actually go hand in hand with the company's strategy team. Also, you have to be in line with the management. How do you know? How do you actually? Are you a product manager? Let me ask you in this way.
No, I'm a Scrum Master.
Okay, so okay, when you say Scrum Master for a product, for a company, you're from a product company.
Yes.
Okay, so do you understand what are the products that is getting manufactured in your company?
No, for us, it's an IT company. We develop websites.
You develop. Okay.
Web
But there will be a
yeah.
certain strategy, or there will be a certain idea that is will be in place, right? How will you?
Yeah.
How will you get the vision or the strategy?
We get to know from the PO, product owner, but we were not involved in the meetings which PO has with the stakeholders.
Okay, so PO means product owner.
Yes, product owner, correct.
Again, is he a product manager? He's not a product manager. He's
not a product manager. He's a product owner. He's responsible for the vision and the vision of the product.
Yeah. So it's your curiosity, it's your inquisitiveness which can make you to understand there, but otherwise it is not shared. Again, it
Yes,
depends
yes.
from company to company, but in general, the product manager role involves where he or she is supposed to know the strategy of the company. Then only it will be easier for you to design the strategically your product placement and help the go-to-market strategy. So when we talk about product manager in pharma, what are the essential skills and qualification that would be in seek for a product manager? With pharma perspective, a deep understanding of both science and business is only can help you to thrive this in essentially. A role of a product manager in pharma companies generally requires a mix of practical knowledge. It's not it's not a theoretical knowledge which actually helps you to drive this. uh, I believe that you have to have multiple challenges to be faced from time and again, and a practical knowledge, a particular strategic insight that you need to develop over the time with the knowledge that you accumulate, and a good amount of the technical skills makes you a best product manager for a pharma company. When I say that, you also have to have a comprehensive scientific expertise, little bit of business acumen. You need to understand how the business acumen works for that company. Decision making and strategic planning is also another good, uh, the good criteria that one look for in product management manager. And of course, a project management's capabilities, proper planning, proper stakeholder management, exceptional communication makes you better product manager. A proficiency in data analytics and how you interpret the market is also completely important. And the very, very important thing that which we have to follow as a product manager is the compliance with regulatory and quality assurance. You have to, the quality assurance and the regulatory team is the backbone of pharma. So they actually control most of the activities. So when you say that when the product getting launched, you have to ensure that the regulatory compliance is in place. The quality assurance, the product manager has to go hand in hand with quality assurance team, coordinate with CFT very well, and have exceptional communication. So that's about a skill. But what is again coming back to the responsibility of a product manager? Just imagine you get up every day, one fine morning, and you get a headache, and you reach out to a pill. That pill, uh, you just go with the trust, right? Most of the time. But behind that particular trust, there is years and years of work which has been happening in pharma. The effectiveness, safety, availability, which has been ensured by at pharma matters a lot. Millions of people we wake up every day, take medications, all depend upon rely that they have on pharmaceutical products to manage their health. So, but behind each pill, there is a lot of work which is happening, which is helping you to ensure their effectiveness. We say the safety that is very, very important, and it is available to the patient on time. So here, the role of product manager in pharmaceutical companies requires one to ensure that bird eye view is there from concept to market and beyond. So when you say concept to market and beyond, laying down the project plan from the beginning, and you always align with this business goals and end patient need. So when you say that, you have to, again, going back, you have to create a product strategy. You should be in a position to provide an in-depth market research, which no one can stop you from doing. And of course, ensure the regulatory compliance and the product safety are in place. You lead the clinical development and trials. Again, company to company, this differs. And you manage seamless product launches pre-launch, launch, and the post-launch activities, where you monitor and continuous optimization is taken care. I would pause for a while just to ensure that we are all aligned. All right. So when we say that regulatory and quality is very, very important, regulatory compliance and safety are very, very critical factors which affect the success of pharmaceutical company, pharmaceutical product, especially. So a product manager who is developing the product must closely work with the regulatory affairs team and quality assurance team so that the product complies with every regulation of the country that we are going to place them and the guidelines that we follow. This can include the product that is manufactured is according to the good manufacturing practice that is happening, and the quality standard is very, very important. So when I say that, again go back and ask, what is the role of product manager in pharma company? We, product managers, are a silent heroes of the company. You can refer them as mini CEOs because you know every in-depth knowledge of the product. You wear many hats at every role. In pharma, you have to guide the drug from earliest development to that of the journey till patient. So at each phase, be it at pre-launch maturity, you play a critical role in shaping the product for the success of market. So when you say that, the full scope of the role, to know it better, let's dive a little bit more into the product life cycle. So if you know the product life cycle, it makes a little bit better. So what is the product life cycle? We have 4 important stages for a product life cycle to go through. Development, R&D stage, from drug discovery to market, a very essential stage. It takes long time for us to develop a product. Launch, the period after the market launch, is very, very critical. One need to monitor how the price strategy is changing from time to time in the market. Growth, the phase of increase in market sales and market share, which is very, very essential to understand for a growth of a company. And maturity and decline, the period after the loss of market exclusivity, where we say the lot of generics enter the market and the market exclusivity is lost, the declination period. So during this product life cycle, the whole product life cycle need to be understood by a product manager very well when he defines its role. When we talk about the pre-launch phase of the product management, there is huge challenge one would face. You have a lot of uncertainty and risk involved because you have a limit market feedback, and development cost is also very, very important point to be considered. And the long timeline, that is a different challenge that you face because your drug development will take and approval will take many years. And the most important point, which I discussed earlier, is a regulatory complex environment. Again, boils down to the regulatory compliance that we need to follow, where one to navigate through global regulations it's very, very slow process. So when we talk about this, pre-launch phase is the phase where the success of the product is laced. So it's the time a product manager need to spend a lot of time in planning, doing a research, aligning different strategies to ensure that, we meet the product as per the demand of the law for the market. So you have to do in-depth analysis of the product, market where you're going to launch, the price, the dynamics of the market, how it is changing from time to time. So again, I would say there are some key responsibilities a product manager carry here, which is very crucial phase, is market research and analysis one need to do, You dig into the market trend, understand the patient need. You always ensure the demand of the product is there. If the demand is there, you identify the gap and fill them. Do some competitive intelligence study where you analyze your competitors. If you are in biosimilars, you also have to understand the competitors' knowledge. How you would differentiate your product and how would you position your product very, very strategically for the success. Again, it differs from place to company to company, but a general product manager need to have this knowledge. How would you have the brand strategy in place and how would you position the product into the market is very, very important. You have to, there will be healthcare professionals and there will be patients, there will be people, distributors with whom the product actually need to be discussed from time to time. So there is sales team which is handling the whole part of this. So you have to go hand in hand with all these teams for you to do a pre-launch market readiness. And once you ensure that the pre-launch is marketing is done and distribution and regulatory approvals are in place, then you are officially ready for launch. Okay, the product manager plays a very, very pivotal role over here. And finally, the phase comes the launch and commercialization of product. There will be intense competition for a launch of a product. Market can be very, very overwhelming there. You have to do a rapid decision for you to quickly launch. You have to understand the price there. You have to manage several stakeholders. So that's where, again, a product manager meticulously has to take care of this expectation. So you have to also meet the expectation of sales team, healthcare professionals, regulatory bodies, and it will be a very, very tricky role to handle at this point of time. Not to scare, but a product manager wears multiple hats at multiple time to ensure the product reaches market and post-launch also the product can be placed well. With that, I'd stop here and then we'll just quickly move if we have any questions.
So, Seema, Sharath here. Thanks for the short and sweet session. Good to know that in farm also there are a lot of activities that takes place that usually take place in the IT space also, right?
Right.
My question is, you also have those agile teams and follow all these ceremonies and try to get things in tandem, or you follow some different path?
Yeah, over the time, agile is also being followed in pharma industry, but again, it differs from uh, like the Pfizer has already, introduced agile in the system. So it again depends from pharma to pharma and the way the interest of the pharma. But agile has been introduced in by Pfizer. It's only in the recently few years back. We are not that fast as IT industry.
So what is
Understood.
the yeah? Sorry. So
Sorry,
what
you go
is
ahead.
the what is the background of those Scrum Master? They should have functional knowledge, they should have working knowledge in pharma.
Sorry,
I mean, when it comes to Scrum Masters in pharmaceutical industry.
voice is little feeble. If you can.
Okay, what I'm saying is, what should be the background of the Scrum Masters? I mean, pharmaceutical industry. Do they have functional knowledge? Is it a
Functional
prerequisite
knowledge is
for?
very essential. Yes, yes, yes. Scientific knowledge is very essential. Otherwise, you will not be able to connect the dot very easily.
Okay. Thank you.
So
Hello.
how you see a product manager in IT versus pharma? Any unique skill set that a guy in product management in pharma needs to have compared to IT folks?
Scientific knowledge is very, very important. That is what the domain knowledge, which I feel, which may be the same in every industry. But as I explained, probably it's a long-term product launch, right? Maybe it's a similar way in IT. Some IT folks can comment on it. But for us, it is regulatory compliance and the quality uh, is a very critical point. So one need to have that uh, vigilance to understand that it takes time because it's going to a patient and it's to deal with a human. So there is no risk taking here. The safety is important.
Thanks, Seema, for that. I think someone has raised a hand. Let me check.
Yeah,
Please go
yeah,
ahead. Who has raised?
it's
Maria.
me. Yeah,
Please
so
go.
hi. Actually,
Mm.
this may come across like pretty basic things, but just to get it right, I've worked in synthesis for a year, and I've interned as at a regulatory department for 6 months. Okay, and since you have spoken a lot about how we have to be well versed with the regulatory and the technical and the practical knowledge that we should have for project management. But don't you think this is going to take a long time for us, like to get all the experiences and then compile and then become a project manager?
Of course, it depends upon you, right? Person to person. It's
So,
your
like, how
absorbing
would
capacity
you,
one you have.
what would you suggest? Like, how many years, like, we should have an experience to just get into this?
See, in any domain, I feel you have to minimum spend 2 to 3 years for you to be well versed.
Okay.
Agree?
Uh, since my background is purely of chemistry,
Mm.
uh, do you think that I can apply for this like now, or like
No,
should
why
I?
not? I mean, what can stop you? Why do you think that you cannot?
Because I've taken a long break from my career, that's why. So I wanted to go for this, but then I feel like I have theory knowledge, but I lack practical knowledge, especially in regulatory, because I just did it for 6 months. And to be very honest, it just I'm not really good with regulatory because of the minimum experience that I've got.
No, I agree. I mean, it's again a domain knowledge expertise, right? One requires when it comes to regulatory. But I think the product manager part, as long as you have a very good communication skills and you can, you are a very good planner. Uh, I, uh, I strongly believe that, and if you have a strong absorbing capacity and little bit of technical knowledge, you will be able to reach up where you want to reach. So it's all about, ultimately it boils down how quick we are in absorbing a particular area or particular role that we would like to.
Also, one more thing. I'm sorry, everyone. I have a
No,
lot
no
of things.
problem. Please ask.
So, I've seen like the previous company that I've worked at. I've seen a lot of farm D or what do you say, B farm students taking up a lot of these positions. I mean, does it have any weightage upon the degrees that we hold?
No, as far as my experience goes, I saw there's a lot of, uh, the technical knowledge is being assessed very well when you come there. So it may be case to case basis. It's not generalized that B farm or M farm people will be absorbed into the role very easily. It's case to case base. It's all depends upon the role that you are going to apply, the role and uh, the uh, the brief that I gave is in general, but again it depends upon the role that you apply, the role that requires as
Are
per
there
the
any
company.
certificate courses, something that we should do for this position?
No, what if as a project manager, we all know we need a PMP certification for as a start. It's a very golden standard for us to get started. But if for a product manager, no, you need to have a good scientific knowledge and a mix of project management skills. As I explained, you need to have a good blend of that science and business thoughts. There's a lot of practical skill only helps you here more than a certification.
Okay,
Hope I
thank you.
answered.
Yeah.
Hi, Seema. Good evening.
Hi.
And thanks for this nice and concise session. I just want to understand what are the project management information system you recommend for the pharma project management, like Microsoft Project or Primavera is there.
Oh, you mean
So
the planner
yeah,
for you to use daily basis? Of course, Microsoft
correct.
Professional is the best tool you want to use. You can add your resources, you can add your task, you can define the critical path, you can have the everything in place in an advanced version of Microsoft Professional.
Okay,
But now with the AI development, of course, if your company has already adopted Copilot, it has everything in place where one need not um, write your task. It captures everything very easily, right?
okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, Shakir, go ahead, please. You have raised your hand. Sakir Hussain, please unmute and ask.
Hello,
Yeah. Hi.
am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much for the wonderful session, Sima. So my question is, so every stage of product, right, takes so much of time, right? For example, development, research, right? Each and everything takes
Correct.
some times, right? So how agile will be effective in the pharmaceutical? Because it requires um, adaptability, quick or change, right? Each and everything is so fast in agile.
Yes,
So
yes.
how you will suggest that the pharma should adopt agile?
Of course. There are some the 12 principles of agile, you're aware, right? So when you out of that, couple of things like a stand-up meeting, daily calls, 15 minutes catch up, Kanban board, visual Kanban boards, all these helps a lot here. Of course, the regulatory compliance and quality assurance part is something that we cannot negate because it's ultimately safety and the quality. But to ensure ensure the small task move very fast, one can have a visual board or one can have a uh, quick uh, quick task based uh, uh, the daily stand-up calls, all these from the agile can be adapted. So out of this 12 principles in pharma to ensure the CFT coordination happens very meticulously. We do not lose on time on those activities that need that uh, I see a lot of activities sometimes get stuck because of the person's specific. Sometime maybe again pharma to pharma differs, but uh, it gets stuck with somebody and they take long time to review and come back. So in those cases, some of the agile principles can help you a lot where you don't have to have a long-term water-based waterfall-based method where you divide the task into small, one by one milestone and achieve it so that there is also a celebration happening and you also achieve that on time. So I believe adapting agile, that's 12 principles, helps a lot in pharma over the time. Though there are uh, no doubt the regulatory compliance and quality assurance, there is no compromise, of course.
Yeah,
I
thank you
think,
so much.
Seema,
Well
just want to
explained.
add to your comments, right? What I am visualizing, because I work with banking sector, I work with advertisement, then I work with finance area. but I never work with Phama. But the way I visualize is our values, core values, right? Agile values, individuals and interactions or process and tools. So I think there is a lot of interaction that happens in the pharma space also, right? Say for example, Reddy Labs, where you have huge setup there all over India, right?
Mhm.
And people are preparing different products, right? Working for different products, where they
Correct.
need to interact on a daily basis to see how they can make these changes according to the guidelines, right? And on all those things, they can do on a day-to-day basis, right?
Right.
And
Absolutely.
yeah,
You can
they're
divide them
working
into a small task and ensure that you can actually finish it quickly. So that,
right.
mm,
Your working software is your final outcome. You always try to interact with the customers to see what are the latest changes that you need to amend for that particular tablets or pills or whatever that you
correct.
product that you make,
Correct.
right? And according to the market changes, demand and all, you have to make the changes as needed to the existing product.
Again,
So
that will go back to regulatory. Right.
right, I think Sakir, here also they play a major role in terms of agility, but the implementation, in terms of implementation, I think it's not that deep penetrated as IT,
Yeah.
where there is still a lot of scope where we can explore.
Yeah, that's
That's a very valid point, Sharad. As you said, it takes a long way. There is a huge scope for us to improve in that area.
Right,
that's
right.
true. That's true. That's why currently they are following hybrid model where they are
Mhm.
following manufacturing as waterfall, and
Yes.
then other things they are
Other
utilizing
activities
other
follows
things.
agile. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I think there is some question in the chat where Samir asked, I believe, what are the common challenges that you face in product manager face in pharma domain, and what are the actions you take to mitigate those challenges?
Common challenges, as I already stated, right? Those are one of the first common challenge that one should face is in identifying the hit, or identifying the right product that a product manager has to take it a long way, and the risk that they face when they actually place because of the market dynamic changing market, the price and the dynamics of the market, demand of the market actually makes you to drop some product suddenly when you are in a planning phase. So that's the one of the big challenge that a product manager would face, that he has whatever the planning that he or she has worked has to drop immediately and pick up the another product quickly to ensure that we meet the demand of the market, because it's, for example, if it is obesity or diabetes, that the whatever the you demand that you're going to meet, the according to the market dynamics, the things can change. And other day-to-day challenges, as I explained, meeting the regulatory compliance timely and ensuring the safety standards are met. So the product manager need to meticulously discuss with the CFT to ensure that all the activities are time to time taken care. Any small miss also can lead to some fallout.
So what is CFD, Seema? Sorry.
Cross-functional team with whom you
Okay.
talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you also use tools like Jira, Rally for your this thing? I think acha. I think someone
Yeah.
answered, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft Project you are
Microsoft
using?
Teams. Right.
Microsoft Project.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Okay.
Jira is a freely available tool one can anytime use.
Yeah, I think up to 10 it's free.
Yeah.
After that it needs to be paid.
Nowadays, this MS Teams, your regular, has already upgraded for the fifth version of Project.co, right? They are also
Mm-hmm.
very good. They come with tools like where you can define the task and stakeholder, and the action goes directly to the defined stakeholder. You don't need to even uh, send a mail every day and remind. So those are all those few things you can actually use.
Seema,
Yeah, hi, Ketan.
yeah, with respect to resource management, where in pharma industry, project manager have this area also um, uh, to manage resources, or not being a projectized organization. Resource management is generally not in purview of project manager like IT.
No, no, resource management is in purview of project manager in pharma as well. Resource management has to be done by pharma project manager
Okay.
only. Yeah, it is in purview. Resource management is in purview. The stakeholder management is in purview. Project manager has all these. You need to know what are the resources that has been utilized in your project
Okay.
from end to end. That's very, very critical.
Correct. Okay.
Seema, Hari here.
Hi, Hari.
So
Tell me.
I have a question, and yeah, thanks for this wonderful session. The so you mentioned about Agile being implemented by Pfizer, right?
Right, right.
Among the pharmacy
The first
organization,
one
right?
to implement. Yes.
Okay. So
Correct.
can we qualify that? Agile implementation. Like, how it helped them comparing to others, like
Yes, I
who.
had read about it. I'll tell you the story why the Pfizer actually wanted to implement it very quickly. The reason being they felt that those people who are actually working in manufacturing or those who are working in a production area, they were so confined to that area that they were not able to connect their actual purpose or the vision of the company that they are bought in. For example, we are in pharma uh, for a reason, for to develop the product, to reach out to the patient need. So those who were in production did not understood for a long time that the reason they are in uh, for uh, for the purpose, for the vision for which they are working for a long time. So the Pfizer after implementation of Agile understood is the team started coming together and understood the vision better. When, as I said, right, that team, the daily meetings or the task, the small task that they defined, which they actually meticulously closed together, the regulatory team and the quality team started coming together, and they understood the whole perspective of the product development, and that helped them to fast track the product management. So that is the main criteria there's a main advantage the Pfizer felt that in bringing Agile.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like a division and strategy of the
Strategically
of the.
placing things made them
Yeah,
better. Yes.
okay. Yeah, thanks for that. And one more question. So, for any product, right, pharma product, what would be the total team size? Like, how many teams will be working, and what will be the total headcount of the product? Either an increment or a new product launch.
And it again depends from pharma to pharma. I wouldn't comment that, but generally 2 to 3 people will be involved in planning and execution.
No. See, you okay? The ultimate product is a medicine, right? A
Yeah.
pill or a syrup, right? So end to end for the value stream or the flow, right? How many people will be involved?
So you have somebody coming from production part, you are also somebody coming from your quality, you have somebody coming from the um, who is advisor, you have somebody QC who's doing it, and there is regulatory, legal, and you have sales team, you have a project management team, you have several team. Probably a team size, if you call it as a team, it is 10 to 20 people involved to make it for a project to happen completely end to end.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
could answer. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, basically, I wanted to know whether it is going
It's
to
a
be a
huge chain of activities.
scaled agile team,
Product.
or it's going to be a simple agile teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that level of agile management has not been implemented at this point of time. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're talking in terms of Scrum, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. How many Scrum teams
Yeah. No.
are?
That's impossible in this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Seema, any interesting insights on AI in pharma that you come across?
Yeah, there is huge implementation things happening across uh, many farmers. So I think, but it will take some time. Uh, Especially in management side, Copilot and everything will be quickly adapted. But in production, yes, there are slow implementation happening for AI. So some AI will also help you to identify the drug quickly, and automation helps a lot of areas, like wherever you don't require manual intervention, these tools are actually helping you. So, but it is slower than, of course, IT industry.
Understood. Thank you.
But human connect is always at the top.
That's the underlayer. Yeah.
The layer. Yeah.
Right. Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah, Seema,
Please go
I
ahead.
have one
Hi.
question. Yeah. Hi, Seema. In our software development projects, at the end of every sprint, we deliver some value, and we get feedback. We get feedback from the PO that are we moving the right direction? Is the sprint whatever we are delivering? We do a demo. So is it delivering the value? We'll get the feedback from the PO. So do you follow the same thing? What will you deliver at the end of 2 sprints? And what will you deliver and what feedback do you get? And what will you demo?
So we do not have a sprint way, as explained earlier. It's a long-term project, right? So we have it in a waterfall method only. If you call, but if you divide it in a small task, for example, there is a clinical team who does preclinical studies and clinical studies for the product for long term. If you consider that way, of course, there is a feedback happens from time to time for a product feedback. How the product is functioning, how the products, if the product is actually as per the, so clinical data actually helps you to determine how the product is actually heading towards. So when you manufacture, so that those are the stages where the feedback mechanism helps a lot.
Okay. Mhm. Actually, we uncover so many things since our products are complex, and unless we demo a certain feature, even the PO, the stakeholders don't know exactly what they are expecting. Looking at the demo, they realize certain things, and then they adjust. They adjust the course of action.
I don't know much
So,
about that,
I was,
but yeah, but I don't know much about that which is happening in pharma. Maybe it is out of my purview, but in case if I come to know, definitely I'll let you know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, how long will be your sprints? 1 month sprints? Because we
It's a
typically follow 2 week sprints.
product development takes long time, Jay Krishna. So it is not that easy to commit. Probably it's not a 1 month, 2 month activity.
Okay.
From
So,
identifying a hit to,
Thank you.
generate the lead, it takes a long time for a product approval to happen. So it's not that easy. Again, you have to go with the compliance. And if you have to launch a product in the market, you have to also understand what are the compliance that needs to be followed in that particular country. So it is having a sprint there in place is, I don't know. I don't know much about it. I can get back to you if I have any idea.
That's
Definitely.
where this will help, right? Agile will help the feedback.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's
You are
where it will
right.
help you, right? Uh,
But yeah, it is slow because
are
of the
you in
process
the
that
right
is,
direction?
because it's lot
Yeah.
of process which we follow here. It's in detail process for a product, because
Hmm.
ultimately safety of a patient is what is the concern for us. So there is a lot of process which is involved, which you cannot deviate. And when that comes, of course, it is difficult for you to do a. But of course, as you said, no, it is very easier if you keep doing a demo and get the feedback time to time. I'm not sure. I
Constant
can
feedback.
check on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hi. My name is Fatin.
Hi.
I'm currently pursuing my PharmD. I'm in my final year. I wanted to go ahead with project management, so I wanted to know what pathway I am supposed to be taking.
Just finished your studies, or
I'll be done. I'm doing my internship.
so you are interested in this, or how?
Yeah,
First, you have to
I'm
define.
interested
Yeah.
in this.
Okay, so you may have to go ahead and write your PM exams.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if you have a scientific background here already, then it will be easier for you to actually apply and look for it. Once you have your basic project management skills defined, probably.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Right. I think just want to add to what Seema has told. A basic project management certification is we don't say it's compulsory for thin, but it's good to have where your resume will be on the upper hand, right, in terms of getting shortlisted. So
Okay.
if you have a PM certification, either from PMP or if you want to do some CSM or PSM, anything that
Even
you think can
CAPM
help
also
you.
you can do. It's a very
Uh,
basic project management skill certification. It will give
right.
you the concept understanding of project management. So you can get started with CAPM, and then they say at least 3 years of experience in a one project to apply for PMP, right?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
And once you start applying it, probably you might get into something where you
correct.
can start as a fresher and start your journey from there.
But again, Sharath, just because we have PMP, we may not get opportunity. That is also there.
I think
Um,
for her it's
for
a
her to, it's a,
advantage where she
yeah,
is in
having a
pharma.
science background, it is a
Scientific
very
background is an
advantageous for
advantage.
her.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I
absolutely.
think you are on the right path, Fatin. All the best.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
Hi Seema, is there any additional advantage of Prince 2? It is
Prince 2 globally approved is always PMI, PMP, right? If I understand. Prince
Yeah,
2 is
Prince 2
in
is
some of
mostly
countries.
followed in UK and
Correct.
other a few
Correct.
other
right,
countries.
right,
Apart from that,
right, right.
There you might get some special benefit, but see, as far as my experience is concerned, PMP is given first place, okay, but Prince 2 is also given equivalent weightage more or less in the other parts of the world also,
Okay, okay,
but not as good as PMP. Still you can give a good
okay.
try and gain your competitive advantage.
and it's always good to have additional certification. Nobody can stop.
Right, because I did Prince 2, so I know
Yeah.
in
Just,
and out.
just, Sharath, just want to understand whether it is having any additional advantage after completion of PMP to do Prince 2.
No, it is
See,
parallel. See,
certification,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead, Simma.
No, go ahead, Sharath. You're right.
See, certification is just a representation on your face that you have identified something where you can be able to explore in the market, right? But it's also about experience from your side, which will add more value for the in the resume as well as to the interviewer that you can give some value to them. So it's both experience and certification. Certification alone can't help you.
Okay, okay, got it.
Correct. You can have 10 different certification, but if you don't add value with your practical knowledge, then that is.
That's true, Seema. Just want to understand with respect to whether it is uh, highly considered in Europe or anything like that. Prince 2 certification specifically other than PMP, if they are considering it as a major milestone with respect to job opportunities. Is it like that? That's my point of
UK has its
view.
dominance. Other
Okay,
countries we have to Google it a bit to see
Okay,
where
okay.
it is more prevalent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Seema.
Nice. It's very interactive.
Right.
Thank you.
We have
Thank you.
around 3 minutes left. Any last minute questions, anyone?
I can still see Hariharan raising his hand. Do you have any questions, Hari? Okay.
All right.
Seema, I
It
have
may,
one question.
yeah.
One
Go ahead, Jaya.
last question. Yeah, I am from aerospace industry. In aerospace industry, so we have a lot of regulatory requirements.
Mm.
And what we do is we do a lot of iterations. I mean, in the sense we do a lot of simulations.
Mm.
And those simulations we do in iterations, and those simulations should be supported by the on-field tests. So similarly, do you do any simulations in pharma industry? I mean,
No,
trials, I
not yet,
guess.
Krishna.
I mean,
Actually, as far as my knowledge concerned, in at least in two Dr. Reddy's, I have been in, and I've been always in Biocon as well, Biocon group of companies. I have not seen it practically, but I'm not sure. That's why I said no when you asked this question earlier. I have to deep dive more to answer you that,
But
okay.
because I have
Seema,
not seen in my at least purview of
you
doing
guys have to invent new products, new what you say, tablets or whatever, right?
it.
Always you need to go through a lot of experimentation, right, to
Of
identify
course,
new things.
yes, yes. That's what I mean. You have to identify the hit, you have to get it approved, and there may be failure. There's a huge failure, of course.
In that process of experimentation, you have to do a lot of simulations, no?
Yeah, we don't call it as a
Yes.
simulations as such, but it's a process, of course.
Acha.
Maybe our
Or you can
terminology.
call it in iterations.
Yeah,
Iterations.
yeah.
So
I
iteration
think
2 will be better than iteration 1. You will get the feedback from one iteration and then implement it in the next iteration.
of course, one product fails, you would get a lot of feedback, and then why it has failed. That makes you
And grossly, Seema, this is just my thought.
hmm,
What I'm thinking here is, here, even though you guys experiment, that experimentation process will take long time, where it can't happen usually like in IT in every 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
correct. It
The
cannot be a
experimentation
sprint
process,
of 1 week or
yeah,
2 week.
yeah, that is where
Yeah,
it differs largely in terms
yeah.
of implementation,
That's
I
why we
believe.
don't call that way. It is a it's a different terminology as such.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But it's good that pharma industry as such is going in a good way in terms of agility. Of course, there is a large opportunity, I believe, moving forward
Oh yes.
to
As
explore.
long as as long as there is a human, there are patients around. There are diseases around. And of course, food and
Right,
healthcare industry is not going to die anymore.
obviously. All right. I think Seema, thanks for a fantastic session. Thanks for your patience for answering all the questions in detail. It's always a great feeling for having a session like this. So looking forward to many more from your side moving forward. And
Thank you, Sharad.
thanks everyone for
And I
being
always
patient
say
and
that,
asking.
we have 5P formula, which I read in some of the book, which says prior planning protects you from poor performance. So follow this 5P formula for anything that you do. It helps a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is one of the uh, familiar and precious session where we have pharma people also involved in this session. And asking from the pharma perspective, we have both interns and experienced people who asked different questions and got their clarifications. Really fantastic. And thanks everyone for being part of this. I wish you all a very great and happy new year. And let's call it a day. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks, Hima.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the fantastic session. Good night.
Right. We also have WhatsApp groups. If anyone wants to join, please ping us. Okay. Ping me or Seema. We will guide you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye. Okay, Seema, I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.